this is your first time watching a video about Vietnam, you might think the most interesting thing here is the food. Some people would say it's pho, banh mi, or Vietnamese coffee. But for me, the thing that truly makes Vietnam unique is something much simpler, a motorbike. Every morning, millions of people start their engines at almost the same time. Office workers, students, street vendors, delivery drivers, everyone becomes part of the same moving rhythm. When foreigners first see this, many describe it as complete chaos. To be honest, I used to think the same. But the longer I live here, the more I realize something fascinating. What looks like chaos actually follows its own invisible order. No one teaches it, yet somehow everyone understands it. Today, I'd like to take you along on a very ordinary morning. No famous tourist attractions, no luxury experiences, just a ride to work on my motorbike, a stop at a small roadside coffee shop, and a chance to experience Vietnam the way millions of locals do every single day. By the end of this video, you might see Vietnamese traffic in a completely different way. Every morning before work, I spend a few minutes riding through the familiar roads around my hometown. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. The moment I start my motorbike, it feels like I'm watching Vietnam wake up. Some people are opening their shops, others aren't. Watering plants outside their homes. Street food vendors are preparing the first bowls of noodle soup. Parents are taking their children to school. Everything happens so naturally. What I love most is that every road tells a different story. One minute you're surrounded by busy traffic. A few minutes later you're riding beside beautiful green rice fields. In Vietnam, you don't have to travel far to find nature. Sometimes turning onto a small road completely changes the scenery. That's one reason I still prefer riding a motorbike instead of driving a car. Not because it's faster, but because I can truly feel everything around me. There's something about Vietnamese traffic that has always fascinated me. Almost every foreign friend I've met asked me the same question. How do people ride through so many motorbikes without crashing? Honestly, the answer isn't just about traffic rules. It's about reading people. In many countries, drivers mainly follow traffic lights, road signs, and lane markings. But here in Vietnam, people are constantly watching each other. A quick glance, a slight movement of the handlebars, the speed of the rider ahead. These tiny signals tell you what someone is about to do. It sounds strange at first, but after a while, it starts to feel surprisingly natural. Sometimes you'll come across an intersection with no traffic lights at all. Motorbikes approach from every direction. At first glance, it looks impossible. You expect complete chaos, but somehow everyone slows down just a little. Someone gives way, someone moves forward, and within a few seconds, everyone passes through safely. The first time I experienced this, I couldn't believe it. Now I realize it's almost like an invisible language. No one teaches it. No one talks about it, yet millions of people understand it every single day. That's one of the things I love most about riding a motorbike in Vietnam. After riding for a while, I stop at a small roadside coffee shop. It's not famous. It's not fancy. Just a few simple tables, plastic chairs, and familiar faces who come here almost every morning. But somehow places like this always feel the most authentic. Today, I don't want to play any background music. Instead, I want you to hear exactly what I hear. The sound of motorbikes passing by, birds singing, and the trees ice clinking inside a glass. The cafe owner greeting customers, friends chatting about work, family, and everyday life. For many people, these are just ordinary sounds. But for me, this is what a Vietnamese morning sounds like. Sometimes I wondered if I ever had to leave this place. Maybe these are the sounds I'd miss the most. Not the buildings, not the roads, but these simple moments that quietly become part of everyday life. That's probably why I love these little roadside cafes. They remind me that happiness doesn't always need to be complicated. Sometimes it's just a good cup of coffee and a peaceful morning. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if everyone in Vietnam suddenly switched from motorbikes to cars. Maybe the streets would become quieter. Maybe they would look more modern. But I also think something special would slowly disappear. Riding a motorbike isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's about feeling connected to everyday life. As I ride, I can smell fresh bread coming out of a small bakery, the rich aroma of Vietnamese coffee drifting through the air. Flowers being sold at a local market. Tiny details that most people never notice. Inside a car, with the windows closed. Those moments are easy to miss. Some mornings, I'm not in a hurry. I ride a little slower. I watch the sunlight spread across the rice fields. I see farmers already working before most people have even had breakfast. School children laugh together on their way to class. I don't know their names. They don't know mine. Yet somehow, for just a few seconds, it feels like we're all sharing the same morning. And that's a feeling I never get tired of. Many people visit Vietnam to see beautiful landscapes. Some come for the incredible food. Others dream about the beaches. And honestly, they're all worth seeing. But in my opinion, if you truly want to understand a country, you don't always need famous attractions. Sometimes, all you need is to wake up early, ride a motorbike. Stop at a small roadside cafe. Listen to the sounds around you. Watch people begin another ordinary day. Then you'll realize the most beautiful part of Vietnam isn't found on a travel map. It's the people. The quiet mornings, the genuine smiles, the street vendors calling out to customers, a simple glass of iced coffee that somehow makes you forget about time. I've always believed that the simplest moments become our strongest memories. That's why I created Henry in Vietnam. Not to show you a perfect version of this country, but to share the real Vietnam. The Vietnam that millions of people experience every single day. If you enjoyed spending this morning with me, I'd love to have you back for the next journey. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.
Phối hợp với sản phẩm quảng bá và kết nối du lịch với các địa phương lân cận tham gia chương trình hỗ trợ công thương, hỗ trợ công thương thương mại và công nghệ mua sắm phối hợp với để phát động